Hello, I'm Marcus, and I'm going to be covering two key economic concepts, traditional economy and utility. And I will be showing these concepts within my household today. So I'll be giving examples of things in my household that apply to these two concepts. So let's start off with traditional economy. So in a traditional economy, people rely on customs, traditions, and beliefs to make economic decisions. And one example of this is a homemade item. And the homemade item I have for you today is this blanket my grandmother made for me from Romania. All right, you may be wondering, what does my grandmother's blanket have to do with a traditional economy? And it's quite simple. In typical traditional economies, people often produce goods themselves, like a farmer. Think of a farmer producing crop, or a Neolithic man in a cave hunting wild boar. They're producing goods themselves, and they're completely self-sufficient, and they're not trading with other people and whatnot, right? And my grandmother, she likely made that blanket on her own. She lived on a farm. She likely used skills passed down generation to generation using products made by her family, which is how it's a prime example of a traditional economy. On to my next example for traditional economy, and we are in the kitchen, and it is this simple piece of bread. My mom made this bread using resources passed down through generations. And my family uses a recipe that's been in the family for a long time. In a traditional economy, food is often produced using local resources. This bread represents how traditional economies rely on self-sufficiency and sustainable practices. Now, on to the next concept, utility. Utility is the satisfaction or happiness we get from consuming goods or services. For example, when I'm really hungry, the first bite of this onion gives me a lot of satisfaction, which is high utility. But as I keep eating, when I'm really hungry, each bite brings me a little less satisfaction. This is a law of diminishing marginal utility. Each additional unit of a good or service provides less added satisfaction than the previous one. So essentially, as I keep eating this good onion, the less I'm going to be satisfied with each bite. On to the next item for utility is this lunchbox, which, if you can't tell, is Lightning McQueen. And when I first got it, I was really excited about it, and it was high in utility. I was excited that it was Lightning McQueen, and all the new features, like the zippers that go up and down. And I hadn't fully discovered the lunchbox, and it was high in excitement. But as I consumed food from this lunchbox every day, and I used it more, and people sat on it more, the excitement and the utility decreased, and that kind of sums up how utility changes over time because of consumption and use. So that's a quick look at how traditional economy and utility play a role in our daily lives, whether it's through handmade goods or the satisfaction we get from consuming or using items. We use these concepts all around us. So thank you for watching. Have a good one.